What's up, guys? This is Genetic Minority bringing you my Survivor Series review. You know, I'm gonna talk about this pay-per-view. I'm gonna do my best to keep on point. I'm not gonna get distracted. You may find that somehow this manages to be my first ever 10-minute review. That won't happen, but it won't be like a half hour, 40 minutes long like how the normal ones are. We're just gonna talk about Survivor Series, and that's it. I wanted to talk about stuff leading up to and how it could be fixed, but you know what? WWE doesn't care about the lead up and how things could have been fixed. They don't even care about how to make things better. So why should I talk about the lead up, how they could have fixed it, and how they can fix it in the future and make things better? They didn't do it. I'm not gonna do it. I made a rant video for this earlier. You guys can go check that out. I'll probably put the link in the description. But Survivor Series kickoff show started off with a 5-on-5 elimination tag match, which featured Team Goldust versus Team Stardust. Team Goldust won with the only elimination that happened on their team being Adrian Neville. Once again, like I said, I made about it's about 8-minute rant video about how stupid it is or what could have possibly been the reason for Adrian Neville being eliminated. All I'm saying is the one time you have a solo black guy who's not with his tag team partner and Titus O'Neil, and he could have been their single elimination to not make it look like a squash match, quote unquote. They didn't do it. So apparently Black History Month came early. Oh yeah, no, they eliminated Neville because screw foreign people, but black people are... I don't know. Black History Month came early, so I'm just going to shut up about it. But anyway, in the pre-show, Team Goldust won against Team Stardust in a 5 vs 5 elimination tag match. Next, we get Roman Reigns versus Del Rio, or Alberto the River. For the most part, this match... Actually, I'm not gonna say. For the most part, this match was just Alberto Del Rio doing damage to Roman Reigns' arms, his shoulders that had damage done to them by Cesaro. Personally, I think that this match would have been better had it been Cesaro versus Roman Reigns. I think it would have been better for the show. I think it would have been a better match as it would have been proven on Raw. And I think that just the same thing of having, Del Rio assault Roman Reigns' arms because Cesaro did it would have actually still worked in reverse and worked even better because, Alberto Del Rio is known for the cross arm breaker. Granted, he doesn't use it because the reason why being that Asuka down at NXT, their Japanese wrestler, she uses the arm breaker. But I think it's fine since she's not up on the main roster for Alberto the River to use it, but whatever. WWE doesn't let him use it. They let him use that weird corner Caval stomp that he really sucks at doing, by the way. So they just let him win matches with his signature move. He doesn't even have to use his finisher. He can just, pin you off his signature. Just imagine if John Cena pinned someone off a 5-knuckle shuffle, or, I don't even know what Dean pinned somebody off that weird springing clothesline that he does. But anyway, so Del Rio worked the arm and of course tried to slap on the cross arm breaker. I think this match would have been better had it been Cesaro, but nevertheless, that's not what we got. I understand the reasoning for him getting Del Rio, which was that Roman needed an easy win, but someone who is credible, quote unquote, who would also, they could build this whole Roman is hurt deal going towards the finals. But to make a long story short, Roman won after selling the entire, or having to sell the entire match, not doing it well. And then backstage, he bumps into Kevin Owens, who Kevin Owens just talks shit to him and is like, I'm gonna beat Dean, and tonight's it's the Kevin Owens show, and that's and of course Roman Reigns disputes that because it's Roman Reigns, and what else is he gonna do? But next we get Dean versus Kevin Owens. Pretty much the same thing, other than the fact that the match itself was better because Dean and Kevin Owens can both wrestle, or wrestle better, or have better chemistry. I don't know what it was. Roman is all powerhouse, so he just sits there and sells until it's time for him to hit his 5 moves of doom. And then I keep saying and then eventually win. But Dean had to sell taking a beat down at the hands of Kevin Owens, and the way he won, it's not like Roman, where it was just like he hit Y to use his comeback, and like in 2K, he actually hit a reversal finisher. He reversed the pop-up power bomb into a Dirty Deeds or whatever that the double arm DDT, what's his name? Drew McIntyre used to do it. They just call it the Future Shock. Drew McIntyre did it. I call it the Future Shock. I think it's called Dirty Deeds, but I can't remember the difference between that one and the weird reverse DDT he used to do. Which apparently he doesn't do now for reasons. So yeah, this was all about Kevin Owens just working on Dean and being a heel and beating him up, and so he'd be tied for basically the two. By the way, these are the semifinals to the tournament for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, which obviously everyone predicted was going to be Dean and Roman. As as of recording right now, I record these things in halves, and the Divas match between Paige and Charlotte is on, so I decided that was a good time to start recording. And as of recording this, they haven't faced off yet, but I have a sneaky suspicion that Roman will be turning heel. Obviously, I'll say so if it happens later, or you'll know by the time of listening. But so that was the thing that happened. Dean wins, Roman wins, so they're in the finals. They're both quote unquote hurt going into the final match, which I'm under the assumption will main event the pay-per-view as of writing this. Next, we get the pay-per-view's actual 5 versus 5 tag match. I made a rant earlier not knowing that they were going to put on a 5v5 tag match, but apparently they decided they do, or they will. It was Team Usos, the Usos, Lucha Dragons, and Ryback versus Team New Day, which is New Day, King Barrett, or Burger King Barrett, and Sheamus. Sheamus was very awkward and sucked on the mic while New Day was cutting their promo. New Day was very awkward and kind of sucked on the mic because you can tell Vince McMahon just keeps writing stuff he thinks is funny, and he's a 70-year-old white man writing for a bunch of 20 to 30-something-year-old black men. I hate when New Day talks and you can tell it's clearly written, or written by someone else and not them. But that's neither here nor there. So we get our actual 5v5 elimination tag match for Survivor Series. Teddy Long's wet dream. We get 2 tag matches in a night. Not to mention the fact that WWE kept hearing all the fans complaining that there was not going to be a Survivor Series tag match, or I'm assuming they heard that there was not going to be a Survivor Series elimination tag match, that nothing was built up for the pay-per-view. So I was under the assumption that this year we weren't getting one. So they said, oh, not only are you getting one, you're getting 2. I mean, you could just have one that was built up and really good, but how about we give you 2 mediocre ones, and hopefully those 2 come together to make something okay. 2 negatives don't make a positive in real life. That's only in math, people. But whatever. WWE doesn't care about us. They don't care about the fans. They just care about their profit, their sponsors, and whether or not Kickstarter, Mountain Dew Kickstarter is sponsoring the pre-show or sponsoring the whole show. They don't even care that stuff sits in front of freaking Jerry the King Lawler, and he knows if he takes one sip of Kickstarter, his heart will give out again. But you know what? Whatever. Anyway, our 5v5 elimination tag match for the pay-per-view itself. Burger King Barrett gets eliminated first because he's the biggest waste of a King of the Ring ever. I can't think of it. Even William Regal. Granted, he didn't win a world title, but even William Regal. Honestly, William Regal was the biggest waste before King Barrett, just because they never gave William Regal a world title or a title out of it. He was, however, for that brief amount of time, the manager of Raw. So he, is. But, jeez, at least he had a push. He was beating people. King Barrett is just Solid Monster. I believe it was Solid Monster, possibly TNA Creative, which it's just a Twitter name. I believe it was Solid Monster who said that King Barrett and Burger King Barrett and Sheamus were proof that being Mr. Money in the Bank and King of the Ring doesn't help your career. And I said, he's wrong. It's not that it doesn't help your career, it doesn't help their careers. Because WWE does not want to put any work or effort into those guys whatsoever. I'm looking for the tweet right now. It was WWE Creative, which is a kind of a joke account. Sheamus and Wade Barrett have proven that Money in the Bank and King of the Ring do nothing to help your career, and I said they're wrong. It does nothing to help their career. So yeah, that's a thing. That's just Burger King Barrett got eliminated first, so cool beans, I guess. I don't know. I don't care. Next person got eliminated was one of the Usos. I don't care which one. Then after that, Sheamus eliminated Sin Cara, but Biggie, he tags Biggie in, who they're beefing because, I don't know, one's black and one's white. And Biggie gets in the ring, he gets eliminated by Kalisto, and then the New Day, are complaining about Biggie getting eliminated, and they say he's hurt, so they drag him to the back. And what's the word I'm looking for? They leave Sheamus hanging. They just leave him solo. That's a thing happen. They just, and he has to carry the rest of the match, and eventually does lose to the team of Ryback, Kalisto, and the other Uso. I don't know. I don't ever learn their names. The distinction between the two simply. I treat them like farm cows. It's like learning their names will only make you sad when they eventually die. It's the reason why farmers don't name cows. It's just what for. Next. Jeez, I don't even want to talk about this next thing. Next, we get Paige versus Charlotte. Paige sucks balls at selling moves. In fact, they both suck in the ring. Paige and Charlotte both suck. They both suck. A friend of mine texted me, and I love the guy to death. I really do. The guy's like a brother to me. But you know what? He said it was a great match, but he used to be a fan of Cena, so I can't trust his opinion. I'm sorry, bro. I just can't. That match sucked, and I get it. Everyone wanted Charlotte to win because of the thing that happened on Raw, but whatever. That's. I swear I don't want to ramble. I don't want this review to be any longer than 20 minutes because I don't want it to take forever to upload because I want my rage to get out to the world ASAP. Paige versus Charlotte. Paige did a bunch of damage to Charlotte, including her leg. Very Nikki Bella-ish. Like a very Nikki Bella style. Doing a bunch of damage to Charlotte's legs and back. And then Charlotte made her tap with the figure 8. Why have Charlotte? The whole thing is she makes her tap with the one figure 8, just the one. She didn't do anything. You can't just have Charlotte make people tap with the figure 8 when they've been doing damage to the body parts she uses to do the figure 8, but she hasn't done damage to them. Yeah, she spears Paige and knocks. It takes her off the barricade, knocks off the barricade. And whatever. But why is she tapping to Charlotte? You can't have another match with those two. Only thing you can do now is put Paige in like a fatal 4 and have her win it that way. But it really should just be Charlotte, Sasha having it. So all of that stuff that Paige said about Charlotte now doesn't matter because she tapped out. She didn't even lose or get herself disqualified or anything else. She didn't just want to go out there and hurt Charlotte or nothing. God damn it, WWE, it's not hard. You know what? I'm not doing this right now. I'm not gonna do this whole me getting mad over and like I said I wasn't gonna tell them how to turn it around. I'm not giving them, because WWE watches things like this. They watch even mine, even though my review's crappy and tiny and no one cares, and I've got something like 100 subs. They still watch it. They watch it all, and then they listen to us, and then they do the exact opposite of what we want, or they hijack ideas and pretend like they're their own. I'm not tossing any more ideas. I'm not tossing out how to fix it, how to change it, how to save it. Nothing. I'm not doing that now. I will say that Paige is a lazy whore who needs to go back down to NXT and learn how to sell moves. She needs to get Dean, Dolph. She needs to get Roman to teach her how to sell moves. How she cannot sell a figure 8 for the life of her. You have Charlotte having her in the figure 8, and clearly Charlotte slapped the figure 8 on her too close to the ropes. Okay, I understand that's a predicament, but Paige now, if she had any kind of in-ring knowledge, which she clearly doesn't, calls an audible and tries to maybe just go, oh man, I'm turned kind of diagonally. Maybe I just reach for the ropes above me and kind of try to pull myself closer to that, because if I, she doesn't try any in-ring psychology. She doesn't try, and she doesn't have any in-ring knowledge. I get that she's like 22, 23. I think she's like a year younger or a year older than me. She's somewhere between the ages of 22 and 24. But Jesus Christ, the girl's been wrestling in the ring for a while now. And she has no in-ring psychology, no in-ring knowledge, does not know how to sell moves. And Charlotte is just garbage. I didn't think Charlotte was this bad in the ring. Like, she can't throw punches. She can barely sell moves. I mean, like, Sasha carried her. Sasha, Becky, and Bayley carried Ric Flair's daughter through, like, Sasha mostly, obviously. But the only reason why Charlotte's in the position she's in is because of all how great everyone talks about her versus Sasha. But it looks like her versus Sasha is all Sasha. And Sasha's still not diva shit. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing it. Paige is lazy. Or sucks. She just sucks. She's not even lazy. But this match, she didn't even try. I don't know if she doesn't know or if she can't. I'm so irritated with her and Charlotte both. Like, These are two women I want to like. That's why I'm irritated with them. That's why I was irritated with Dean Ambrose becoming the idiot fringe. Is I want to like Dean. That's why I'm irritated with Dolph Ziggler. I want to like these people. I want to have an emotion towards them. I'm supposed to want to see them on my TV screen. I know that Paige is a heel. I'm not supposed to want to see her. But as a reviewer, as a fan, I'm supposed to want to see them. And I don't. Because they suck. Charlotte wins via making Paige tap out. I hate them both. Just give Sasha the title. That's it. That's the only idea I'm telling WWE right. You give Sasha the title. Don't do any of this stupid fracture between Team Bad either. Team Bad needs to rock with her the whole time, especially if she's going to be a heel. They just need to rock with her, be her entourage, hurt people. You need to get Tamina in there in the ring, learning how to just throw a single clean super kick to knock chicks out. Change Naomi's moveset and stop all the butt stuff that she does, all the rump shaking and all that, and the Sierra del Buna or whatever that weird Brazilian, slamming dudes' faces into your butt dance thing is. Just give her to stop doing that. Have her go out there, and just have them be. You're already promoting them like they're niggers. Just keep rocking with it, WWE. If you're gonna do it now, just go with it. You got them bopping around of rap music and all that. You got Tamina and Naomi looking like the two girls from Next Friday that were always beating up. They look like Baby D and the pregnant chick from Friday beating up on Mike Epps. Like it's just give Sasha the title. Just give Sasha the title, let Team Bad stay together, let them be the only faction that stays together, and that fact that they're, instead of writing all the divas to be a bunch of bitches all the time and constantly just being cunts all the time, how about you actually write these 3 black women or 3 minority women to actually be together and friends and wanting to make sure that the title stays in their circle, that if Sasha is possibly under threat of losing the title, that Naomi or Tamina are trying to find a way to get into the match so that at the very least one of them can walk away, and I mean like literally genuine friendship, and have all at least make the black girls look like they're friends. When black women are friends, they usually are. White women, that catty white, that's for white women. Alright, let's be real. That's for white chicks, that catty, like, we're friends but we're not really friends stuff. That's for white women. Stop it. Just stop it. Black women, for the most part, when they're friends, they're friends. When they're not friends, they're really not friends. But, jeez. I talked about this for way too long. Moving on, you got Ziggler Breeze versus Dolph Ziggler. Tyler Breeze, who just looks like Dolph Ziggler dressed like John Morrison, versus the actual Dolph Ziggler. Well, the imitation Dolph Ziggler won. Tyler Breeze won. That's it. I'm not even talking about it anymore. I'm so... This pay-per-view is giving me fucking agita. Next, we get the Wyatts versus the Super Mario Brothers of Destruction. The Wyatts trying to take out the Super Mario Brothers of Destruction early on, but Erick Rowan jumps the gun and winds up getting himself taken out, so it eventually becomes Luke Harper and Bray Wyatt versus the Brothers of Destruction. And thank God they let Braun Strowman stand on the outside, because that dude can't wrestle for jack crap. Ugh, excuse me, I burped. But the Super Mario Brothers of Destruction not only chokeslam, take out Rowen completely, and beat him to the point where he actually just fades out of existence. I don't know what happened to him. He just died like a doctor from Doctor Who, and then he disappeared. He just became someone else. He became Braun Strowman, who they also killed by chokeslamming him through the Spanish announce table. And then Undertaker Tombstone Power drove Luke Harper and pinned him, which apparently is supposed to make it so that he didn't actually beat Bray, so him and Bray can have a match. But no, it doesn't work that way. It killed the Wyatt family. You cannot give them, on the biggest night that you could possibly give them, hit Undertaker. You wasted 2 You know what? No. The Super Mario Brothers of Destruction won. I'm not doing this. Next, we got Roman versus Dean in a decent match, which was really just a brawl where there was a lot of emotion and decent storytelling. Roman Reigns wins. No heel turn from Roman, no heel turn from Dean. No, instead Triple H comes out. Triple H comes out to raise Roman's hand. Roman's like, I don't want to shake your hand. Does the whole King from anyone who's seen Django Unchained. He doesn't want to shake John Candy, aka Leonardo DiCaprio's hand. Instead attacks him. He spears Triple H and turns around and eats a bro kick. But Sheamus cashes in. Sheamus goes for the pin and Roman kicks out. And that's our big swerve, people. There's no Dean heel turn, no Roman heel turn. Even though at this moment in time, both those things would make 100% sense. Especially the Roman one. Which I didn't get a chance to talk about because I didn't have enough brain cells left after watching the stupidity of the last few weeks of Raw and this. With the notion of this in my brain. But whatever. Instead of that, our big swerve is Roman kicked out of the first bro kick. And then he goes for a spear. Oh, sorry, this was our second swerve. He looks like he's going to go for a spear, but just runs directly into another bro kick. Sheamus is your new WWE World Heavyweight Champion, which means be prepared for John Cena to be your new WWE World Heavyweight Champion, which means be prepared for Brock Lesnar to be your new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Because I'm not doing this. I'm done. I'll probably still keep making Raw reviews, but I gotta be honest, people. I'm not gonna watch them as closely. I barely watch them that close now. You ain't getting no more 20, 30 minute, 40 minute reviews. I'm not talking WWE anymore. I'm not unless I'm doing it with somebody else. If I'm doing a solo review, suspect the thing will be like 5 minutes. I'm giving you the bare minimum, and I'm not doing any more deep analysis, how they can fix it, how they could have changed it, how maybe it could work better. I'm not doing it anymore. WWE is not going to put any effort towards being creative or interesting or thinking outside the box or anything. I'm not going to do it either. I'm done. Peace. See you tomorrow.